back to my channel. I have not posted a video in a long time, so I'm here to give y'all something because I am working on other videos right now. I'm just kind of getting mixed up in life. You know, life happens. So today I'm going to do a wig install while I pretty much just tell y'all like signs that your man don't want to be with you no more. Your man is he acting sus, or you know, whatever it may be. But I'm gonna just get this to y'all, and we're gonna go from there. So let's get this motherfucker started. Tip number 1. One way you know that your man is losing interest in you is if he's showing it, like physically and emotionally. If it's like a problem with him being in your face and he seems like he don't have no energy, or he's not giving you the energy, he laughing at his phone, he not paying you no attention, the vibe is just not right, be suspicious that there is somebody else in the picture. Or if he's a good person and he's faithful no matter what, just be suspicious of the fact that maybe he's just not into you no more. Or it could be a situation to where he's not in the mood. I'm not saying jump to conclusions and all that stuff, but be wary. You know, be wary of that. Because attitude change is everything. You always know somebody. Number 2, his sense of protection over you is completely gone. When you're in a relationship with a man, of course, he's going to have a protective nature towards you. He's gonna protect you from any type of danger and all that shit. Once his sense of protection is gone, hey, that shit is a wrap. If he not walking on the side of the street where the car is at, it's a wrap. If you saying that you finna go to a party and there's some shady shit going on and he tell you, oh yeah, just go to that party, it's a wrap. If some shit happen in public and motherfuckers is busting guns or stabbing motherfuckers, and he's not going to protect you, he's going to save himself, it's a wrap. Once that sense of protection that a man has towards a woman is gone, you can go ahead and kiss that relationship goodbye. And that's just a sad truth. Tip number 3. You know that he's not into you anymore, he's not interested, is the lack of initiative. If he's not initiating certain actions or like dating or like texting and calling and stuff, he's not into you, bro. He's not into you. The moment a man lacks that initiative to like want to see you, want to be with you, lacks the creativity to do stuff with you, then I'm sorry, sis. I mean, some men are just naturally like that because they have not been taught. But if you had a man that is like planning dates and all this stuff, and he don't mind calling and texting you, and then all of a sudden that goes away, that's a wrap. Especially, and we all know this, a man that does not initiate sex. Tip number 4. Saddest tip of them all. When the relationship becomes one-sided, meaning that it's only on the side where the person actually cares. When you're the one making all the plans and you're texting and you reaching out and you just not getting no love back, the relationship is one-sided. When it becomes one person doing what both the people need to do to maintain the relationship, he is not interested no more. If he's not texting, calling, wanting to hang out with you, and you know he's getting upset about the fact that you want to spend time with him, it's a dead mission. The relationship is now one-sided and it's only your side that is being played. So tip number 5 is when a man becomes overly invested in other women. And this is just one of those things that certain women tend to avoid or like kind of push to the side because they chop it up as a man being a man. But once a man starts craving another woman's attention, or he's texting another woman, calling another woman, he in a strip club 24/7, out all the time, and you know he telling you that he got a girl best friend and all that stuff, then you can go ahead and wrap that relationship up. Because once another man gets invested in another woman, it becomes a whole issue. And it becomes a whole issue when us as women let that shit slide. But that is just the number one tell-all sign that a man is not interested in you anymore. He could be liking a bitch pitch on Instagram. He could be talking to a female. Tip number 6. When he just flat out tells you that the relationship is just not for him no more. Or he says that, you know, it's just not working for me. Or I just don't want to be with you. Or I'm not attracted to you. And I'm going to say this as nice as I can. If a man tells you that he's not into you anymore, and he's man enough to open his mouth and tell you that, don't chase him. The relationship is already done. It's been done for a while. What us women fail to kind of take in is that it takes two to run a relationship. Us women do not have enough love in the world to run a relationship by ourselves. If he says that he does not want to be with you, take it just as that. And tip number 7. He could just simply not be interested in you anymore solely off the fact that you have not shown him any interest. I will admit there are women that do like to play those mind games where it's kind of like, well, if he don't want me first, then I'm not going to give him the attention. But not everybody operates that way. Some men believe that, okay, if she's not showing me any interest, even though I've done this, X, Y, Z, and you still are not giving him that satisfaction or that interest back, some people withdraw themselves. And then when it's too little too late and they already uninterested, that's when us women try to pursue the person that is no longer interested anymore. So if a man is showing you interest and you obviously like him, show him that same interest back. Make him feel like he is wanted. And then I promise you, he's going to want tip number 8. And I feel like this one can be slightly misunderstood. He could also be uninterested in you solely off the fact that he has other priorities in life, or he's trying to get on his grind or get in his mode. But at the same time, if you have that mindset of trying to get your shit together, whatever the case may be, do not hop into situationships and cause somebody to have unnecessary feelings if you're just not going to reciprocate. If you have a plan and you have stuff that you want to do in your life, then hold off that stuff that you got going on. But I understand sometimes shit just happens. So if a man is falling back from you or he's not showing you any interest because he has stuff that he needs to do, then allow him to do that stuff. If it's love, it will come back. Remember that. So let him fall off, let him figure himself out, and then maybe y'all can chop it up. Tip number 9. Tip number 9 is when you make plans, and every time you make plans, he's finding other shit to do. So it could be like, hey, babe, hey, you want to go on a date or something? And he's just like, oh, well, I got such and such to do. And then you try to reschedule, and then he's just like, oh, I got this to do, or I got this to do. Him constantly reneging on y'all plans is what they say, reneging on plans. It's just another sign that he is just like, he's just not into you. He does not want to be around you. He would rather do whatever it is that he's doing at that moment when you texted him than to have spent time with you. And even when he does link up with you and y'all do have that date, if his vibe is not right, like he has that look like he don't want to be there, he really does. Tip number 10. He becomes real nonchalant, and it's just like whatever you do, he just does not give a fuck about. You can say that you want to go hang out with his homie, and he just blatantly does not care. Just know that he's not interested. At that point, you belong to whoever you decide to be with, because it ain't him no more. So if he's just like not showing interest in the person that you are and the stuff that you do, and he's not taking that time to pick apart stuff that you actually do versus the stuff that's coming out of your mouth, he just not fucking with you no more. And that's the sad part about it, because it's just like we ignore those signs so often, and we try to keep pushing relationships with people that don't want to be in relationships. So if he don't care about what you're doing, do you. Fuck him. Do you. But alright, y'all, that is all for today. That's all I got. Hair probably don't look that bad. The wig is from Amazon. What lace? Stop playing with me. It's a little fucked up, like, over here because I cannot do baby hairs for nothing. I cannot pluck for shit. So, I hope that was a watchable video, I guess. It's just something to put out because I do have other stuff being edited and, like, I'm trying to do the best that I can. But life is, like, taking a toll on me. So, I'm trying to, like, crump as much shit in as possible and, like, put out some quality stuff. So this is just kind of like a video just so my channel is just not just sitting there because I am trying to build a following. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed and, you know, have a blessed day. And I'll fuck with y'all in